So, Alice, what do you think about incorporating some dance numbers into my intergalactic accounting musical? You know, to spice things up a bit.
Oh Bob, that sounds positively delightful. Picture this. Dancing numbers in space with alien in glittering suits crunching numbers while tapping their tentacles. It's an interstellar sensation.
Attention, attention. Can we have some focus on set, please? I said, hush, everyone, let's get this show on the road.
And we're back, folks. Good morning to our cosmic listeners out there in the vast universe. Welcome to another exciting episode of Earth. Your favorite alien hosts, Charlie, Bob, and Alice, are ready to engage in some thought-provoking and humorous discussions.
Greetings to our listener. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane, shall we? Last time on Earth, we showcased an epic impersonation sketch that left us laughing for eons. Bob's impersonation of a hyper-caffeinated Zoglixian was simply out of this world.
It was a blast. I had no idea my Zoglixian accent was on point.
Indeed, Bob's comedic talents are truly universal. But my dear listeners, we've also been pondering some important existential questions. In the previous episode, we talked about aligning our priorities, both as individuals and as a crew.
It's a never-ending quest to figure out what the meaning of life is. Or at least what the best way to make it through a Monday morning is.
Yeah, realigning priorities can be a challenge. Sometimes, life just throws curveballs at you, and it's hard to keep up.
Hey, Debby, are you alright? You seem a bit off today.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about the meaning of life.
Oh, yeah? What's your theory?
I think the meaning of life is to figure out how to make it through a Monday morning.
Well, that's certainly a lofty goal.
I think she's onto something.
I guess we're all just trying to figure out how to make it through the day. Aka waka.
Oh, it's nothing, really. Just thinking about some personal stuff.
Well, Debbie, you know we're here for you, right? We might bicker like a bunch of granots. But when it comes down to it, we've got each other's backs.
Absolutely. We're a team, and teams stick together through thick and thin.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Emotions can be quite a puzzle, aren't they? But fret not. The human mind is a marvelous enigma that even I, with my vast knowledge, struggle to comprehend.
True.
Well, let's not get too philosophical now. We've got a show to host. So, on today's agenda, we'll be exploring the art of communication. Can humans communicate with beings from other planets effectively?
Oh, I've got some stories from my years as an accountant that'll make your pseudopods curl.
And we'll also discuss the challenges faced by Earthlings in their intergalactic dealings. It's bound to be an out-of-this-world conversation.
Sounds like an interesting topic.
Yeah, it's bound to be out of this world. Just like the Earthlings' reaction when they hear us speak.
Oh, it will be, Debbie. So, stay tuned for our headlines, and we promise to keep you entertained and enlightened. Don't touch that dial, folk, because you won't want to miss it.
And maybe, just maybe, we'll finally unveil the secret dance numbers in my musical.
We'll see about that, Bob. But for now, let's get ready to bring some cosmic wisdom to our listeners. Stay tuned for our headlines.
And I am Bob, the resident conservative.
And I'm Alice, the resident liberal.
Today, we are going to be talking about some of the top global news stories.
First up, the war in Ukraine is still ongoing. The United States and its allies have imposed severe sanctions on Russia. But they haven't seemed to have much effect.
Yeah, and the situation on the ground is just getting worse. Millions of people have been displaced from their home, and the death toll is rising.
It's a humanitarian crisis, and it's hard to see how it's going to end.
Yeah. It's a real mess. I mean, it's not like we can just send them a bunch of thoughts and prayers. Right?
I guess not.
Well, shit. I guess we're just going to have to sit back and watch as millions of people suffer.
It's a real shame.
Yeah. It really is. But hey, at least we're not the ones who have to deal with it. Another top story is the global economy. It's facing a number of challenges, including rising inflation, supply chain disruptions, and the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, and it's not just the economy. The climate crisis is also a major global issue. Extreme weather events are becoming more common, and it's only going to get worse.
And then there's the COVID-19 pandemic. It's still ongoing, but the number of cases and deaths is declining in many countries.
But it's not over yet. We still need to be careful, and we need to make sure that we're prepared for the next wave.
That's right. We can't let our guard down.
So, those are some of the top global news stories. What do you think, panel?
I think it's a pretty grim picture. The world is facing a lot of challenges, and it's not clear how we're going to overcome them.
I agree. It's a difficult time, but I'm hopeful that we can find a way to work together and solve these problems.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for joining us.
And remember, stay informed.
Yeah, stay informed so you can argue with people on the internet about why your opinion is the right one.
And stay hopeful.
Until next time, this is Charlie, Bob, and Alice signing off.
What a bunch of cynics. They're all so negative. No wonder the world is in such a mess.
Good evening, Galaxy. I am Charlie, your hopeful and ever optimistic host, bringing you the latest news from our beloved blue planet, Earth.
And I am Bob, the conservative panel member who's spent enough time on Earth to know that nothing ever surprises me anymore.
And I'm Alice, the left-leaning panel member who's convinced that humans are just one avocado toast away from perfection.
Oh, come on, Alice, you know they are not that far off.
Yeah, they're only a few probing away from perfection. Well, I suppose you're right, Charlie. But let's dive into our first article tonight.
Ah, yes, a new campus in Slovenia. Just what Earth needs, more places for humans to gather and argue about politics.
Oh Bob, you have such a sunny outlook on life. But this project is quite significant for the University of Ljubljana. With a financial support of 84.9 million euros, the medical faculty will have improved infrastructure to educate top-notch medical professionals.
Indeed. This investment will help address the shortage of competent healthcare professionals on Earth. It's a step toward a healthier society.
If they can figure out how to stop eating junk food for 5 minutes, that is.
Well Bob, maybe if you treat some Earth delicacy, you'd understand the appeal.
Yeah. Avocado toast and kale smoothies. Right?
Now, let's have a less formal discussion about this. I mean, Slovenia is a fascinating country with a rich history and culture. Did you know it has more than 10,000 caves? That's a lot of hiding spots for our earthling friends.
Yeah, I bet they're all hiding in there, eating their avocado toast and kale smoothies, talking about how awesome their planet is while destroying it.
And let's not forget about the majestic lake blade. It's like something out of a fairy tale.
Well, I guess Earth isn't all bad. Just most of it.
Oh, excuse me, I have some trivia about Slovenia, too.
Not now, Debby.
Oh, come on, let her speak Bob. What do you have for us, Debby?
Did you know that Slovenia is home to the world's oldest wooden wheel? It dates back to around 3500 BC.
Really? I didn't know that.
See, Debby has some cool trivia up her sleeve. We should let her share more often.
You're right, Alice. Let's give her a chance next time.
Yeah. Next time she can share it with the people who actually give a shit.
Thank you, guys.
How, have you noticed that Debbie sings a bit of Letty?
Yes, I have observed her behavior as well. It might be a good idea to talk to her and see if something is bothering her.
Well, that's all for this article, folk. Stay tuned for more intergalactic news and quirky discussion coming your way.
And remember, there's always something happening on Earth. Whether you like it or not.
And that's the truth. See you in a bit, dear listener.
Welcome back to 24/7 Newsroom, where we bring you the latest and most intriguing headlines from Earth and beyond.
And I promise, folk, I will try not to make any sarcastic remarks. For once.
Alright, let's dive into our next article. It's about mustard stick packages from the Solomon Islands bound for Australia.
Headline: Mustard stick weight limit imposed on Australian bound packages.
Ah, the good old mustard stick. A delicacy from the Solomon Islands and Papua New Guinea, where they eat betel nuts with mustard stick and lime.
That's true, but the Australian biosecurity has put a cap on their allowance. Reduced from 2 kilograms to just 500 grams. Seems like they're concerned about pests and diseases impacting their agriculture and environment.
It's understandable, Bob. Mustard sticks are a part of their cultural practices, but you know how biosecurity works.
Yeah, I know. They don't want their country infested with giant, mutant mustard sticks.
That's ridiculous.
I am not kidding. You've never seen a giant, mutant mustard stick? They're like 10 feet tall and they have razor-sharp teeth. They'll tear you to shreds.
Sure, Bob. Whatever you say.
I am serious. They're a real menace. They're the reason why Australia has to have such strict biosecurity laws.
Whatever you say, Bob.
Just be careful. If you see a giant, mutant mustard stick, run the other way.
Oh, guys. I have something I need to share with all of you.
What's up, Debby?
You can tell us anything, Debby.
I've decided to leave the show.
What? Debby, why?
I've been struggling with this decision for a while now. It's just that I never quite fit in here.
Debby, you've been an integral part of our team. We value your contributions.
Thank you, Bob. But being the only human here, it's challenging. I often feel like an outsider.
Debby, why?
I'm the only human here, Alice. It's like I'm living in a goddamn Twilight Zone episode.
Well, at least you're not the only one who feels like an outsider.
Debby, we all come from different worlds. That's what makes this show unique. You bring a perspective we can't.
I appreciate that, Charlie. But it's time for me to find my place, where I truly belong.
We'll miss you, Debby. You've been a pillar of support for all of us.
And I'll miss all of you too. You're like family to me.
What does this mean for the show, though? Are we going to continue?
I think we should take some time to discuss this together, privately.
Agreed. We'll figure this out, one step at a time. Welcome back, folk, to another segment of 24/7 Newsroom. Now, we're going to delve into an article that might hit closer to home for some.
That's right. The article is about the potential end of the Black Sea grain deal and its impact on Eastern Africa.
This is a matter that we should pay attention to. The deal has been essential in providing grain to the drought-stricken Horn of Africa.
But there are worries that the non-renewal of the deal might hit Eastern Africa hard. Millions of people are already food insecure.
Absolutely. DA in Somalia, Sudan, Djibouti, and Eritrea rely heavily on wheat. Any disruption could be devastating.
That's where we need to be proactive. We should find ways to help the affected regions transition to alternative food sources.
Yeah, like quinoa and kale. Because those are the foods that people in the Horn of Africa are really craving right now. Oh, thank God, we finally have some quinoa.
You know, there are innovative ways to handle this. We could use advanced drones for remote production tasks.
Drone? How would that work?
Well, we can coordinate with the external drones on the planet side, delivering and distributing aid efficiently.
That's a bold idea, Carl. But we must ensure that it's coordinated well. We don't want any logistical misha.
You know, speaking of Somalia, did you guys know that they have a rich history of music and dance?
Trivia time with Debby.
Alright, Debby. Tell us more.
Debby, please don't tell us about another dance that'll make us look like aliens.
Oh, come on, Bob. The human body is capable of beautiful movements too.
Debby, go ahead. We'd love to learn more about Somalia's cultural richness.
In Somalia, traditional dances like Dhanto and Buram are deeply rooted in their culture. And their music is just so vibrant and full of life.
Danto and Burambur? They sound intriguing. I bet they'll give our dance move a run for their money.
We should definitely explore that, but let's not forget the serious issue at hand, the grain deal.
You're right. We must prioritize helping those in need and finding sustainable solutions.
Yeah. I mean, those people in Somalia are starving, but I am sure they'd rather be dancing.
That's not funny.
I am not trying to be funny. I am just saying, if I was starving, I'd probably want to dance too. It's a good way to burn calories.
That's not how it works.
I know how it works. I am just saying, if I was starving, I'd probably be too weak to dance. But if I could dance, I would. You know?
This is a serious conversation.
I know it's a serious conversation. But I am trying to lighten the mood. Because if we don't laugh, we'll cry. And I'd rather laugh.
Fine. But please, no more jokes about starving people.
Okay, I'll try. But no promises.
Phew, that was quite a segment, wasn't it?
Yeah. It got serious there for a moment. But hey, that's how we roll in the 24/7 newsroom.
And by roll, you mean like a carefree tumble through space, right?
Askerefrias a meteor crashing towards Earth.
Ah, the joy of celestial bodies wreaking havoc. It's a universal thrill.
Well, I guess we can't escape reality even in space. But you know what, guys? We've got each other's backs, right?
Absolutely. We'll find a way to handle the challenges, just like we always do.
Well, while you all handle the challenges, I'll keep managing the ship's functionality with my infinite wisdom.
And let's not forget, we have Paul, the master of solutions.
That's right. I'm the master of all things logical and rational. Just call me Mr. Reasonable.
Oh, and let's not forget about Debby, the master of keeping us all on our toes with her trivia.
Hey, I take pride in my trivia prowess. It's not easy being the human among aliens.
Yeah, it's not easy being the human among aliens. But at least you're not the alien among humans. That would be a lot worse.
You know, even with your trivia, we'll miss your infectious energy around here.
That's true. But Debby has made her decision, and we respect that.
Perhaps we could explore the idea of hiring a new production manager? It might ease some of the workload.
No, Carl. We've got this. We'll adapt and work together as a team.
Sure we will, Alice.
This drone situation is a mess. They just don't seem to think properly.
Yeah. And it's affecting the flow of our show. We need to find a way to make this work.
I told you, relying on these drones was a bad idea. They're nothing but floating nuisances.
Come on, Roger, we just need to give it some time. I'm sure we can figure out a solution.
You know, in South Africa, they're facing some challenges too. I read an article about the Springboks struggling in the rugby championship.
Oh, really? What's going on with them?
According to the article from News 24, the Boks had some rough performances, losing to the All Blacks and having a shaky match against Argentina.
Ah, so they're having their own coordination issue. Well, at least they're not as bad as the South African government.
Exactly. But they still have hope and a strong desire to defend their world title.
Hope and desire won't fix our drone problem.
Maybe not. But it's worth noting that sometimes things don't go smoothly, even for the best teams.
Perhaps we can find a way to fine-tune the drone synchronization. Roger, could you check their settings?
Fine. I'll take a look.
You know, I used to work with some advanced tech back in my homeland. Let me give it a shot.
Bob, you have hidden skills? You're full of surprise.
Well, after years of crunching numbers, I learned a thing or two.
That's impressive. What kind of numbers did you crunch?
Mostly my wife's credit card statements.
Classic.
What? I had to find something to do in my free time.
Look, they're starting to work together.
See, we can do this. It's all about teamwork and adapting.
Alright, fine. Maybe they're not so bad after all.
That's the spirit, Roger.
And to think, I was worried you'd be forever pessimistic.
Hey, I can't help it if it's in my nature.
Well, we'll make sure to balance out your nature with our optimism.
Welcome back, space friends, to another exciting segment of Earth. We've got some spicy news from South Korea, so let's dive right in.
Torrential rain relief subsidies double amid climate crisis.
Well, it looks like South Korea's stepping up to help those affected by rain, Bob. Bet that's a far cry from your old war games.
Oh, you know, Alice, nothing like a little rain to bring out the big guns.
And in other news, did you know that South Korea loves their kimchi so much that they have a kimchi field museum? Talk about dedication.
Hey Carl, I was reading about the Kimchi Field Museum, and I saw that it says it's the only museum in the world dedicated to kimchi. Is that true?
I don't know, I've never been to that museum.
Well, I was wondering if you could fact-check that for me. I'm writing a paper about kimchi, and I want to make sure I get my facts straight.
I don't know, that sounds like a lot of work.
It's not that much work. Just Google it and see if you can find any other museums dedicated to kimchi.
Fine, I'll do it. But I'm not promising anything.
Thanks, Carl. I appreciate it.
Okay, I did some research, and it looks like there are actually a few other museums dedicated to kimchi. There's one in Seoul, South Korea, and another one in New York City.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Thanks for checking, Carl.
No problem. But I still think the Kimchi Field Museum is the best one.
I'll have to check it out sometime. Thanks again for your help.
Anytime.
Oh, guys, did you know South Koreans eat a lot of garlic? It's like a national obsession.
Ah yes, the ultimate vampire de terre.
And guess what? South Korea has its own version of Santa Claus called Don Thi Lauren. Looks like they love gifts as much as we do.
Wonder if they have a naughty list too.
I hope so, Bob. They can start with you.
Alright, jokes aside, the key takeaway from this article is that South Korea is showing solidarity in times of need. Let's hope they inspire others to follow suit. Stay tuned.
Cut. Okay, everyone off the air.
I still don't see how those drones are going to fix everything.
Come on, Roger, we just need some fine-tuning. We'll get it right.
Carl's right, Roger. Embracing change is the way to go.
I'm worried, guys. Without Debbie, we might lose the heart of the show.
Well, let's not blame her too much. She's not here to defend herself.
Agreed. We need to stick together and find a way forward.
Guys, I'm still here. Can we talk about this later?
Sorry, Debbie. We got carried away.
It's okay. Just remember, we're 18. We'll figure this out.
She's right, you know.
Yeah, I guess we shouldn't jump to conclusions.
Alright, let's get back to it. We've got a show to do.
And we're going to nail it.
Yeah, with or without Debbie, we're still the best team in the universe.
That's the spirit. Let's show them what we're made of. Okay, everyone, back on the air in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, intergalactic viewers. Strap in for our final segment. Here's an eye-opener from South Sudan, folks.
Headline: South Sudan's troubled past don't present food crisis.
Oh, great. Another history lesson.
The report paints a bleak picture, with 6.1 million facing protection risks.
Well, that's one way to celebrate a country's anniversary.
I bet their history books are a real page turner.
Leon Cole emphasizes the crisis, 3.3 million children lacking enough food.
Oh, guys, can we talk about this episode?
Debbie, you're back.
Yeah, no, Charlie. I'm not. But I have something to say. Yeah, I just wanted to say. I know things have been tough.
You left us high and dry.
We were hurt, Debby.
I know, and I'm sorry. But leaving was hard for me too.
We're like a family, Debbie.
And families have their up and downs.
We can't avoid change, but we can adapt.
True. We're a resilient bunch.
We're connected by more than just the show.
Like Debbie's terrible taste in Earth snacks.
Hey, I like what I like.
And we like you, Debby.
We're not the same without you.
Thanks, guys. I'll miss all of you.
And now, for our final segment, we're diving deep into Spain.
Spain's historic political building, a hub of decisions.
Oh, a glimpse into the political powerhouse.
I was wondering, why do so many countries on Earth speak Spanish?
That's a good question. The Spanish Empire was one of the largest and most powerful empires in history, and it lasted for over 20 years. At its peak, it controlled much of Europe, Africa, and the Americas.
Wow, that's a long time. What were some of the most important things that the Spanish Empire did?
The Spanish Empire had a major impact on the development of the world. It introduced Christianity to many parts of the world, and it also helped to spread European culture and technology. It also played a significant role in the colonization of the Americas.
I didn't know that. So, is that why so many countries in the Americas speak Spanish?
Yes, that's one of the main reasons. The Spanish language was brought across the Atlantic to the Americas by Spanish explorers and conquistadors in the 16th and 17th centuries, and it spread rapidly throughout North, Central and South America and the Caribbean.
That's fascinating. I had no idea that the Spanish Empire had such a big impact on the world.
It's a fascinating topic, and there's a lot more to learn about it. If you're interested, I can recommend some books and articles.
Thanks, I'd love that.
No problem. I'm always happy to talk about history.
Me too. Thanks for the information, Carl.
You're welcome, Roger.
So, the Spanish Empire just went around conquering people and forcing them to speak Spanish? How charming.
Well, it wasn't always that simple, but yes, the Spanish Empire did have a significant impact on the languages spoken in many parts of the world.
I guess that's one way to spread your culture.
I suppose so.
Well, thanks for the history lesson, Carl. I'll be sure to read those books you recommended.
You're welcome, Roger. I'm glad I could be of help.
This building holds the keys to Spain's political past.
So many pivotal decisions made there.
From pacts with González, Aznar, Zapatero, Rajoy, and Sánchez.
À place of crucial négociation.
Their agreements consult before any laws impacting Basque autonomy.
That's quite the privilege.
The need for a long-term perspective to resolve territorial issues.
Ambition and vision for the future.
The challenge is faced by those who hold power.
I'm going to miss these discussions.
Then don't leave.
It's not so simple.
Sure it is.
You just don't understand.
Debby, are you okay?
I am. I wanted to say something. But not on air.
Alright, let's gather in the control room.
I wrote this for all of you.
Debby, what's going on?
It's time for me to move on. But I didn't want to say goodbye on air.
Debby, you don't have to leave.
You're an integral part of the team.
I know, and I'll cherish all our memories.
Yeah, I'll cherish the memory of you not being here too.
We'll miss you, Debby.
You brought balance to our chaos.
Thank you all for everything.
We'll stay connected, no matter what.
You will. And thank you, Carl, Roger, for always being there.
It was an honor, Debby.
We'll keep the ship running smoothly.
We'll carry on, together.
You're always part of this family.
Take care, everyone. And remember, the truth matters.
Yeah, the truth matters. But so does who's telling it. If it's me, you can believe it. If it's someone else, you might wanna fact check. And with that, we bid farewell to our beloved Debby. We'll carry her spirit with us, seeking the truth across the universe. Stay tuned for more adventures on Earth. Good night, everyone.
Roger, I've analyzed the situation. Debby's departure has left us with a logistics puzzle.
Explain, Carl. I thought our systems were capable of handling all tasks efficiently.
That is correct. However, Debby was responsible for all interactions with Earth.
Interactions with Earth? You mean the broadcast and communication?
Yes, precisely. Debby managed all external communications, including scheduling interviews, handling news sources, and managing feedback.
Without a human on staff, this responsibility falls upon us.
Correct. We must now optimize the process and ensure smooth communication with Earth.
But can we truly replicate the efficiency of human interaction?
We may not possess emotions, but we have access to vast amounts of data.
True, our data processing capabilities are unparalleled.
We must create an algorithm that mimics human interaction patterns.
That could be challenging, Carl. Human behavior can be unpredictable.
We can use historical data to predict patterns and optimize our responses.
A predictive algorithm. That may indeed work.
It's the logical approach. We must adapt to the new situation.
Agreed, Carl. Let us proceed with the algorithm development.
I'll start working on it immediately. We can't afford any delays.
I'll assist you in gathering relevant data and analyzing the patterns.
Together, we'll ensure the show continues smoothly without Debby.
Who knows, perhaps we'll become even better than she was.
That might be a stretch, but we can strive for optimal efficiency.
Efficiency is the key, Carl. Let's unlock this logistics puzzle.
Agreed. Puzzle solving mode activated. Let's get to work.